Hello, it's Wednesday, 5:30, Project Me English Facebook Live. Sorry I'm a bit late. I just rushed back from outside, and on my way back I visited another family on the boat. So hello, Claudia. Hello, Brett. I haven't seen you for a long time. Hello, Ael. So this week we are talking about my boat, Elena, and we're also talking about learning organization, Peterson learning organization. We are talking about from mind to muscle, so from idea to execution to action. And we are also talking about positive affirmation of I am power, I am victorious. So let's start with my boat. So I now live on a boat. So it's not like I do not have to get used to it. So the first year was a lot of getting used to it. So it doesn't just look very fun, very interesting, very exciting to live on a boat. It's also things that I have to get used to. For example, when I come back from outside, when it gets quite late, it's very quiet. So when it gets very dark, when the moon is very dark, and when the sea is really rough, when it's really windy, and there's nobody around, coming back is really a journey. Even though it's like an 8-minute walk, it's like a very long walk like that. So that I tried to get used in the first year. And when it's really horrendously hot in the summer, it's hard because you do have to like protect yourself from the sun, and there's no cover, so you have to walk under the sun. And when it rains, when it's horrendously raining, it took me a while to get used to dressing up in heavy-duty raincoat and rain boots. And finally, I realized I could take off all those like heavyweight things at the clubhouse and just ditch it there. I just leave things there. Hi, Robin. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining. That's on the boat. So I would like to bring out the message that never assume, never make assumption, never assume just by looking at the surface, because you will always make wrong assumption. So never assume, and everything has two sides to it. So the good side, good. Even though it's not like the best side, try to make it as friendly as possible for yourself. And we don't have to slave through anything. So, and every week I share something that I use with you. So this week, since I'm talking about my boat, I'm going to share with you another fact, living on a boat with you. On my boat, we do have cockroaches. So what happened is I do have to live with it and minimize it. And of course, I'm doing pest control, like as much I could. But at the same time, in order to safeguard my sleep, I use this product which is not just very good mosquito repellent, but also a very good insect repellent. So that I spray it like around my bed, on the window, bedside, so that cockroaches doesn't come onto my bed. So adding a bit you're going through. So hello Benny. Hi Benny. So that's the product I'm using for cockroaches. I would like to bring out a message also that even though sometimes we run into things that might be a challenge at the time, at the moment, add a bit of humor to it. Yeah. So, wow, today is so quiet here. I feel so quiet here. So talking about that, this week I'm talking about Peter Senge. One of the teachers that I really admire is Peter Senge, and I really admire his concept of learning organization, and I really admire what he talked about that. One of the things that really impressed me is his idea that whatever we are doing is just a process. So if it's just a process, then there is no such thing as making a mistake or not doing well. There is no such thing as failure. So if it's just a process, so it's just a process. We are not done yet. So it's just about hanging in there and continue doing it and finding a way to sustain yourself going through that. So that's Peter Senge, and I think to me, I'm a person who believes in miracles. Last week we talked about miracles in action. I believe in miracles. I believe that we could call in those miracles and changing our reality. We are not stuck. I'm sure there are things that we could do to make our life better. However, even if we have miracle, it's not enough. It's just part of like the whole formula. We have to do miracle in action, meaning you do have to put in the action. So when a miracle comes, it's about seeing it. Sometimes it's ordinary miracle. Appreciate that. The more you appreciate miracle, the more it will happen. So appreciate that. Don't be tempted to go into that negative channel. Pull yourself back, come back, and keep appreciating the miracle that's happening in our life, even very small ones. Today I have a miracle. I was supposed to have lunch with my very good friends in Causeway Bay. The moment I got off the ferry at Pier 3, the moment I stepped into IFC, they were right there in front of me. So we don't even have to go Causeway Bay. So they are just there. So to me, these are ordinary miracles. So the more you appreciate small miracles like that, it's like fishing. More will come in, more and more will come in. Hello, Mills. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining. Okay, so it's like fishing. So appreciate that. Thank you, receive that, and let more and more of those miracles come to you. So anyways, in order to continue what we talk about in terms of miracle in actions, so this week, hello, Musi. So so this week is about creating from an idea and creating that to become an action. So from mind to muscle. So I'm sharing with you a pattern from my coaching teacher. Michael Ho is the person who taught me about coaching, and I think that's very, very useful. He shares so many patterns with us, and one of them is about turning ideas into action. So now we have this miracle happening, and it's not enough. So it's like, an example of it would be like, you would like to be a movie star, but you just always dream of like becoming one. So it's just at the level of understanding. I understand I would like to be a movie star. So that's not enough. 15 years from now, 25 years from now, 35 years from now, if you just understand the idea of wanting to be one, you will always stay at this level. So that's not enough. Now, so what we do after understanding the idea is about believing. So believing would be like, what are the reasons why I want to be a movie star? The intention that's behind the value system that I have. So let me take an example of me doing live. Hi, PB Vincent. Thank you for watching. Hi, PB Vincent. So let me take the example of my doing live every week. So every week I'm doing Monday Cantonese live, Wednesday English live, and Friday I'm doing Putonghua live, which really take in some of my time, and I have to move like some of my schedule away in order to fit into that. So the belief that I have behind of like that action is, number one, it has always been my wish to share what I know and making it very easy to understand. So the goodies that I believe in reaches out to a lot of people, all walks of life, different levels, the critical mass. And number two, it's always my wish that a lot of things in corporate training is very useful. They are life skills that should be shared forward to more people beyond corporate and in Chinese. So that's my belief, that's my value system, sharing that forward to more people. And so believing in that, it makes my understanding a lot stronger. So it's not just an idea or a kind thoughts. No, it's not. I'm doing something. With that belief, it sustained me in doing that. So it's like adding passion to an idea. And according to Michael Ho's pattern, that's not enough. That's not going to make you successful or sustain doing that. Number three is the will to do that. I will do that. So what will you do? What are you going to do? All right, so I'm doing taking my example of my Facebook Live, I'm doing my live 3 times a week. And you know what? When I'm talking to you, even though we do not interact, when I'm talking to you, I am actually thinking. And I am inspiring myself. And I got so many insights throughout the week talking about the same topic for 3 times in 3 different languages. So every time I do that, hello, Ricky Yisang. Thank you for joining. So whenever I have that insight, inspiration, that thoughts coming out from going through my Facebook Live, I write it down. So every week before that Sunday of the week, I promise myself I have the discipline of writing down everything for that week, for that my insights. So before the end of the week, I get all my writing done, and all of them in Chinese. And I believe, like, accumulating that, my book will happen. I'm keeping it very conservative, but give me a few months time. It's going to happen. And I draw mandala, and I created the process of Mandala Party for people to have that space, that very safe space to focus, to nurture themselves. So what happened is we already have a few hundred people sharing that process with us, and we have donated money from that program to charity. So I draw mandala. So every week I have at least one mandala to go with my writing. And it's always been my wish to become an Asian version of Louise Hay. So as you know, Louise Hay just transitioned not very long ago. So I feel very strongly about doing that and making that real. So I am all my mandala I name with a positive affirmation. So this week our positive affirmation is I am power, I'm victorious. So this week my mandala will be I'm power, I'm victorious. And you know what? Somehow I have this sense that the positive affirmation really works. It's a choice of channel that you're choosing. This week is the 7th week that we are doing live with you. And so that means I am saying all these positive affirmations throughout the week with you and remembering it like every day. So somehow I feel that miracles are happening in my life. It is. So so many synchronicity happening in my life. So join me in remembering all those positive affirmations, and whenever you are at not very nice channel, pull yourself back into the positive affirmation channel. And this week is I'm power and I am victorious. So, okay, come back to our pattern. Sorry about that. So, I understand my idea that I would like to achieve. So that's not enough. And I know that's something that I'm believing, my intention, that's sustaining me from going on, and I'm seeing myself going into that success. And I will do something. And then step 4 will be experience. So what you do is whatever you want to do. Hello, Diana. Thank you for joining, Diana. So whatever idea you have that you would like to achieve. Hello, Tess. Hello. Thank you. So whatever you would like to achieve, whatever idea you would like to achieve, bring yourself into that. Hello, Moses. Thank you for joining. So bring yourself into that experience mode. So as if you are experiencing it. So as if you are already there. So as if. So if you are in that as if mode, so what happens is you basically see what's happening. You might hear something. So what is the sound? What is the experience? So what are you seeing? How would you feel? So as if it's happening. So it's like a projection. All right? So it's like a projection. So step 4 is the experience as if. All right? And before we step into the 5th step, it's important for you to, okay, as if happening like this. If this is the experience as if, do an ecological check. So what is an ecological check? Do I have the resources for me to do that? Do I have the resources? Is that something feasible, or am I pushing myself too far, or I'm not stretching myself, so it's not a goal at all, doesn't qualify as a goal at all. So ask yourself, so ecological check. So check yourself. So the last thing that you would like to do in order to bring that idea into muscle, into action, is the last step. From today onwards, the one thing that I will do. So the one thing that I'll do, what will be the one thing that you will do? That one step forward. So what is that one step forward that you will do? What is that one step forward? One step at a time. So that will be the pattern from mind to muscle. So I have this idea, it's not enough. So I understand I have this idea. Number 1, it's not enough. So what is the belief that's behind this understanding or this idea that's backing you up or motivating you to move forward? What will you do? What is the experience as if? What do you see? What do you hear? What is the experience? What are you feeling? Or what is the emotion? Is that ecological? Is that something I can do? Is that possible? And the last step will be one step that I would like to take. One thing that I would like to do. So that's how we got ideas into action. So that's the pattern for this week. And I hope they are useful for you. It's just my simple wish to share what I know with everyone. And I would really like to share not only skills, concept, but also to pay forward positive energy. I always believe in ultimately gathering a lot of people together with very positive energy and for peace. I believe peace is an energy that planet Earth needs at the moment. So that's my wish. And if you think this live is good, please give us a like, because that's important to me. And if you think it's going to be useful for a friend or your friends, please help us share forward, so more people can benefit. I have been doing training since year 2000, and it's always my motto every classes that I go into. You don't know which line or something that you say that will plant a seed in someone's heart or even save somebody. So please help me share that forward with a friend, with your friends, and we appreciate a lot. And if you would like to have a training session, please feel free to talk to us. Or if you like, you could make a donation for this Facebook Live. And for 2018, we are donating at least 5% of our program's fee to the Rotary Leprosy Service Project. So at the moment, we have already raised and donated 41,000 Hong Kong dollars. So share the answers for a session with you. So thank you for watching, and please feel free to share questions at the comment if you do have one. I'll reply to you one by one in the inbox. So thank you for watching, and give us a like, or please help us share forward. Thank you, and you have a good evening.